What's up, everybody? Back for another beer review, and today I'm reviewing a beer from the Pigeon Hill Brewing Company, and they are out of Muskegon, Michigan, and this is their O.C.P, aka Oatmeal Creme Pie. So they are calling this an ale with spices and oaty goodness added. I believe this is a American brown ale, and then they do brew it with oats and spices, but they also include what they called on Untappd on their website, quote, marshmallow stuff. I don't know if they meant marshmallow fluff or just something to produce a marshmallow flavor, but that's what they said on their website on Untappd, so we'll go with it. Comes in at 6% alcohol by volume, 10 IBUs at the time of review. This can is approximately, I have no idea how old it is, but this can was sent to me by a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka NoJinx, and he usually gets his stuff quite fresh, so I would put this can no older than 3 months old, but probably quite a bit fresher than that. So anyway, huge shout out to Jeff, and a huge thanks as well for hooking me up with this one. I will post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did of all the goodies he sent my way. And this is actually a beer that I asked for specifically from Jeff. Now, when it comes to beer mail trades, I rarely ask for specific beers. I just want to try beers from your area, like local beers or beers that you think are delicious. But I had this one, so full disclosure, I've had this beer before, at the 2014 Detroit Fall Beer Festival, and it was absolutely delicious. Now, that was, 5 years ago, well, almost 5 years ago. And yeah, back then there weren't a lot of beers like this, and it honestly tasted like a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie, and it was absolutely fucking delicious. Like, I cannot stress how good it was, and it kind of blew me away because, again, 5 years ago, breweries weren't producing beers like that. So I know they can this now, and they have for the past couple of years, and I asked Jeff to pick it up for me. He's like, yeah, no problem, man. I got you. So here we are. Anyway, I'm really excited, super excited to get into this one. I haven't had it since they canned it, and yeah, it's go time, baby. So let me crack this one open, see what we got going on. I'm hoping now this doesn't let me down, because there's so many beers from 5 years ago that I try again and I'm like, yeah, that's not, what I remember it being. So I'm hoping that this one is, pretty much in the same vein of how I remember it from the festival. Although, and that was a beer, I was gonna say, although I might've been hammered at the fest, that was a beer I'm pretty sure I had early on in the festival. So yeah, that pours out like a really nice, that's like a brown ale, like Irish red, like mixture blend. It has like these nice mahogany tones, but in the middle it's like this really murky brown color. Has about a half finger of a straight up tan head, pretty creamy looking. But yeah, I mean, it looks like kind of an American brown, but similar to an Irish red on the edges, I'd say. Let's get a nose. Now, this is out of my fridge for almost a half an hour, so it says enjoy cold and off, and I let it warm up because I wouldn't want to drink this at 38 degrees. So this is probably in the 50 range, I'd say, at this point. And yeah, it smells all right. It smells honestly like a brown ale. It has a lot of caramel and toffee, bready notes as well. A little bit of toasty goodness as well. I'm getting like a little bit of spice, like almost like a nutmeg cinnamon thing, almost a pumpkin-esque spice to this one. Not really picking up on the oats and really not picking up on that marshmallow stuff, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, they don't say the spices or anything. Just says oatmeal cream pie, and really doesn't smell like one, to be honest with you. I don't remember how it smelled at the festival, but let's be honest, when it comes to festivals, you usually get them ice cold, and you really can't smell a lot to begin with, so the taste is usually where it's at, so hopefully that's the same here. Anyway, cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Jeff. Yeah, it has... It's very reminiscent of an oatmeal cream pie, but I'll say right from the get-go, first sip, this is not as good as I remember it. And again, that's probably just my palate over the past 5 years evolving or maybe devolving and just having so many crazy flavored beers and whatnot. This just doesn't have the wow factor to my palate anymore. But yeah, it definitely has a distinct oatmeal cream pie character, but it's very subdued. So first things first, for 6%, this is medium body, maybe a touch under medium body, so it's fine for, the percentage. On top of that, the mouthfeel, it's nice, it's soft, it's smooth, it's not really creamy. It's slightly creamy, so soft, smooth, and creamy. They're using so many oats in here and the marshmallow stuff that I imagine it's, making the mouthfeel as nice as it is. Taste-wise, though, a lot of caramel toffee, like brown notes. Somewhat of a toasted malt character, but then you're hit with those those oats, and it definitely gives you a distinct oatmeal vibe on the palate. A little bit of like a vanilla marshmallow thing going on. It would be interesting to see if they'd use lactose in this one. I don't think they do. I think they would mention it. But you do get like the innards of an oatmeal cream pie. You get, you know, that marshmallow creaminess. It finishes to the sweeter side. It doesn't really have much bitterness. It's really not dry. This is a sweet beer, but it's not sickly sweet. It's just, you can tell there isn't a lot of dryness and there isn't a lot of bitterness, so it just, you know, finishes sweet. But this is not like 2 sips and you're like, oh my Lord, like I'm diabetes, right? No, that's not happening. It's just, it's a sweeter beer. It's really good. I really do enjoy it. I'm so happy that Jeff sent this one to me. So once again, thank you very much, Jeff. I do appreciate it. But I will say this does not stand the test of time for me personally. When I had this beer, I gave it like a 4.5, maybe like a high 4.5. I thought this was just amazing. Now, reliving the experience, so to speak, in a can 5 years later. And I will say this is a good beer. If somebody drinking this for the first time, I don't think you're going to be like super disappointed in it, because you do get the oatmeal cream pie essence that they're going for. It has really nice flavors, but it drinks like a 6% flavored beer, which is a good and bad thing for me. It's good because I could, you know, drink a couple of these, and I don't think the sweetness would be too much, even though it lends to the, you know, sweeter side of things. But at the same time, like, I would want more intensity from these flavors. So I'm kind of in a place where it's 6%, I want more flavor, but it's 6%, and this is probably as much flavor as you're gonna get from a beer that's 6% that has all these adjuncts and spices and whatnot. So rating-wise, to make a long review even longer, I'm going to give Pigeon Hill's O.C.P, aka Oatmeal Creme Pie, a straight-on 4 out of 5. For what it is, it's good. I'm not disappointed right now based on what I'm tasting. I'm disappointed in when I relive the memory of having this beer. This pales in comparison to how I remember it. Of course, a lot of factors go into that one. At the end of the day, I just think my palate is kind of evolved to a place where beers like this don't blow me away anymore. That said, if you like oatmeal cream pies, especially the Little Debbie ones, try this one out if you're in Michigan or you are anywhere where Pigeon Hill gets distribution. I think they're Michigan only, because it is a damn solid beer. Can't taste the alcohol at 6%. Like I said, it leans a little bit sweeter, but I don't think it hampers the drinkability too much. So once again, Pigeon Hill, Oatmeal Creme Pie, O.C.P, whatever you want to call it, 4 out of 5. Thank you very much, Jeff, for sending this one to me. It was really cool to try it in a can and to relive this beer for the first time in 5 years. So anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review. Until the next one, cheers.